Welcome to On Air Education. I'm Jonathan Scott. On Air Education is a show dedicated to helping teachers, parents, and students with distance and blended learning. We quickly learned that teaching music and art requires a different approach than teaching math or science. Today, we've invited three music teachers of various backgrounds. Sarah Schrader, music teacher from Givens Elementary School, Jason Corpus, director of piano studies from Las Vegas Academy, and Teddy Tarnoff from the School of Rock. But before we introduce our educators, I recently caught up with my longtime friend and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, Dave Mason, whose hit songs included Feelin' All Right, Only You Know and I Know, and the most prevalent, World in Changes. I asked Dave Mason about any tips that he had for music students and teachers. Dave shared that in order to succeed in music as a profession, you really have to have the passion and be passionate about the music that you write and perform. Dave also spoke with me about keeping a sense of humor about yourself and your audience as an engagement tool for our educators. And he would know, having performed with most of the prolific rock stars of our generation, including Sir Paul McCartney, George Harrison, the Rolling Stones, and of course, Dave Mason spoke of the one and only Jimi Hendrix, with whom he recorded Bob Dylan's iconic song, All Along the Watchtower with. To quote Dave Mason, no one has equaled or compared to Jimi Hendrix's unique style of guitar playing. Dave Mason stays in touch with his fans with his Only You Know and I Know YouTube podcast. Dave recently called upon his Maui neighbors and musical friends to produce a wonderful montage video. With his permission, we know you're going to enjoy Dave Mason and the Quarantines, including Michael McDonald, Mick Fleetwood, Sammy Hagar, the Doobie Brothers, Pat Simmons, Tom Johnston, and John McPhee performing Dave Mason's hit song, Feelin' All Right, and we hope that you are feeling all right. Enjoy.
Seems I've got to have a change of scene. Every night, have the strangest dream. Person by the way it might have been. Left here on my own, or so it seems. Well, I've got to leave before I start to scream. Someone locked the door and took the key. Feeling alright, oh yeah, hey, hey. And I feel that you're good myself. Baby, I'm feeling alright right now, hey. And I feel that you're good myself, hey. Oh yes, yeah.
Boy, you sure took me for one big ride. And every now and then I wonder why. And when I think of you, I start myself to cry. I can't waste my time, I must get dry. Stop believing in all your lies. Too much to do before I die. I'm feeling alright.
Alright, yeah.
I ain't feeling too good myself.
Too good myself.
Oh no, feeling alright now. Hey, I'm not feeling too good myself. Whoa,
Yes, yeah.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Scott, the producer of On Air Education, inviting you to enroll in our 5-day on-air beginning broadcasting workshop, teaching you the ins and outs of what it takes to be on television, radio, and podcasts with real on-the-air training and professional guest speakers from the broadcast industry. Introduce yourself with a brief 60-second video using your phone camera. Beginning broadcasting workshop is limited to only 12 students. Tuition is $995 and all major credit cards are accepted. Email us at news1lasvegas@gmail.com.
Whoever you are, you're one of us. Whatever you want, we'll get you there. If you're not like anyone else, you're just what we're looking for. It's time to enroll in your future. Nevada State College.
Welcome to the Great American Pub, a great place to hang out with your friends, watch a game, and enjoy some great pub food. Our kitchen is open 24/7 with our full menu. Try some of our signature dishes like lobster mac and cheese or clam chowder. Join us at the Great American Pub and enjoy happy hour specials. Grab a drink and enjoy great pub food from all over the country right here in Las Vegas. The Great American Pub with 2 great locations, 215 in Eastern and Flamingo in 215.
In a changing world, it's time to change how we look at college. That's why Nevada State College provides excellence with affordability, a campus with diversity, and programs that offer opportunity. Nevada State College. Be bold, be great, be state.
That was my friend Justin T. Young on saxophone. I love when I give somebody a challenge and they just jump in and do it. Also joining our panel is music specialist Sarah Schrader from the Linda R. Gibbons Elementary School and the director of piano studies at Las Vegas Academy of the Arts and keyboards at the Leak, Jason Corpus. And let's get the show going on here. Sarah, let's talk about what you've done with distance learning, how you've been able to engage your students at the elementary level. You told me that you've had the same kids for about 5 or 6 years. You start from kindergarten and go through 5th or 6th grade?
Yeah, I'm really fortunate because my kids can grow with me. We start off in kindergarten together, and if they stay at the same school, I'm their music teacher all the way through, which is really great because it gives them and myself a lot of opportunity to just get comfortable with each other. I find that in music, it's a little bit weird at first because we are doing a lot of movement, a lot of creating, so you really do have to trust each other, and we definitely build that rapport up over the years. During distance learning, I've tried to do a lot of my typical favorites in the classroom, but of course I have to modify them, such as we don't have drums at home, but we do have pots and pans. So we do a lot of pots and pan playing, or we'll take like a typical canned food item, take the label off, scrape it with a pencil. There you go. Now we have a makeshift Wero. So the kids love that. Or we'll play with basketballs and bounce to beats, or just find really anything they can tap or hit in their house. I'm sure the parents love it. The kids love it, though, which is very important. As long as the kids are having fun, I'm having fun.
Yeah, and it's all about fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason.
Yes.
How in the world can you teach piano with distance learning?
Well, it was pretty challenging at first. It's my first year as a teacher in the school district, but I found that we had to do a lot of kind of open forum discussions. We had to do a lot of playing for each other, which the kids really loved. The kids would take turns like hyping up their classmates. We get into breakout rooms and have like little special performances with pieces that they were working on.
And how many different bands are you in?
Oh man, quite a bit. I pretty much say yes to everything. So
because I've seen you in the Composer Showcase,
yeah,
in different configurations, and you
Sure.
seem to be the go-to guy. As if somebody needs keyboards, it's called Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a preferred genre. I consider myself a collaborative pianist. So if there's piano that needs to be somewhere, I'll be there.
So Sarah, when you're working with the kids and you've got them for 5 years, are there kids that you always say cream rises to the top? Are there kids that you just see have the talent that you think, wow, maybe this kid is gonna do something?
Some of them definitely have like the natural with it, like they just get it. You can feel like the music in their bones. And even those that don't necessarily feel it, I still encourage them and help them. And I like to think that I teach in a way that everyone can be successful. I really process things out. I compare it to a video game a lot. Okay, we're going to be on level 1. Now we're level 2, level 3, level 4, so that everyone can succeed in some way. Even if these kids are doing something way different, than these kids, they're still making music collaboratively. They're still learning and growing.
So if there was any one thing that you could reach out and talk to the parents and have them help with both distance and blended learning, what would you say to the parents as far as helping with engagement?
Well, I feel like I was in a different situation than a lot of people because I do have 700 kids, and because I am a specialist, a lot of time the specials were kind of pushed to the side, which I understand because, of course, math, reading, writing, all of that stuff is super important. But letting your kids experience joy and just being a kid, and if that means taking 20 minutes to dance and sing along to a pre-recorded music lesson, then let them do it. Because some of these kids love music, but their parents they wanted them off the screen. So they didn't let their child participate in any specials, and that just broke my heart.
It's the same kind of question with engagement. I mean, here you are, somebody that's been in front of a live classroom for all of your career, and now you have to deal with Canvas, and they can't see you, they can't hear you. How do you teach music that way?
I did a lot of recording my lessons simply because the kids weren't coming to Google Meet. So I turned my Google Meets into dance parties. And we'd have a 10-minute dance party. That was optional. And then I'd say, okay, go please watch your music video now. So all of my lessons were done through music video. I would record myself, very Blue's Clues style, leaving response times for the kids to answer me and things like that. Or I'd say, hey, go get this item. And then the kids would love to like run off, and go grab a stuffed animal or a dog toy or whatever it was. So I tried to make it as fun and also as short as possible while still teaching the stuff I needed to teach for my curriculum.
And Jason, do you have a live show, a performance show at the end of each semester? Is that something that you...
Yeah, so my piano major kids would work on a piece from a specific genre of classical music all semester. And at the end of each semester, we would kind of go through, I would choose some highlights from some really exceptional performances. And I think it's so important that, kids were able to watch each other perform, because that's what inspires, and that's what kind of lets, their classmates know, what they've been working on, so it doesn't feel like it would have been for nothing.
Same question. What would you say to the parents that are watching to help engage the students?
Just support your kids. Always try to be aware of what they're doing. If their teachers are reaching out, make sure you're giving them proper correspondence back, because the teaching team is not just teacher to student, it's teacher, parent, and student. And all three of those things must be working in order for the student to be successful.
You're watching On Air Education. My name is Jonathan Scott. Our guest is Jason Corpus from Las Vegas Academy and Sarah Schrader from the Givens Elementary School, the Linda R. Givens Elementary School. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back with more On Air Education.
In a changing world, it's time to change how we look at college. That's why Nevada State College provides excellence with affordability, a campus with diversity, and programs that offer opportunity. Nevada State College. Be bold, be great, be state.
Welcome to the Great American Pub, a great place to hang out with your friends, watch a game, and enjoy some great pub food. Our kitchen is open 24/7 with our full menu. Try some of our signature dishes like lobster mac and cheese or clam chowder. Join us at the Great American Pub and enjoy happy hour specials. Grab a drink and enjoy great pub food from all over the country right here in Las Vegas. The Great American Pub with two great locations, 215 in Eastern and Flamingo in 215.
Whoever you are, you're one of us. Whatever you want, we'll get you there. If you're not like anyone else, you're just what we're looking for. It's time to enroll in your future. Nevada State College.
School of Rock's a growing, passionate, inclusive community dedicated to enriching lives through performance-based music education. School of Rock helps aspiring musicians master skills, unleash creativity, and develop tools they need to thrive in life. Founded as a single school in Philadelphia in 1998, School of Rock has become a rapidly growing international franchise with over 350 schools open and in development across 15 global markets. Since 2009, School of Rock has grown its student count from 4,000 to over 40,000 students. School of Rock offers a wide variety of music lessons, including guitar lessons, singing lessons, piano lessons.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California's dreaming on such a winter's day. I stopped into a church I passed along the way. Oh, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. You know the preacher likes to boast. He knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her, then I could leave today. California's moving on such a winter's day. On such a winter's day. On such a winter's day.
Please welcome the general manager of School of Rock, Teddy Tarnoff.
Thank you for having me.
How did I do?
You did. That was fantastic. I am going to hire you. Put you on my voicemail.
Well, I love the concept of what you're doing, and it's a little non-traditional, which is why we wanted to talk about engagement and how during the pandemic, and actually before and post-pandemic, what skills and tools you can help with in engaging students with learning how to perform and how to be a musician.
Absolutely. I mean, we're definitely coming from a place of privilege as far as the students all wanting to be there, right? It can be a little bit uphill in a regular school, math and sciences, where they don't choose to be there, they have to be there. It is what it is, right? But when they come to my school, they want to be there. And that's awesome, right? And we just thrive on that energy. So, pre-pandemic and during the pandemic, our business is engagement. That's what we do, right? So we have kids that come in with a passion for music, but they don't necessarily know what they want to do with it or how to do what they want to do with it. And that's where we step in. So all across the board, it's all about how we are helping to engage with them so that they can get the most out of the passions that they already have set afire within them.
We have Sarah Schrader's here also from the Givens Elementary School, and we've talked a little bit about engagement, but I wanted to put you two together to talk about the difference between traditional elementary school music classes and what Teddy's doing with the School of Rock. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel what you do as an educator is variant and different from what Teddy does?
I mean, it is different, but I just feel like it's a stepping stone. It's like the precursor. Like, if you can't keep a steady beat, it's going to be kind of tricky, right? So I'm teaching them, I'm helping them keep that steady beat. And I mean, if a musician can't do that, then, they're really in trouble.
Now,
so
are you a performer as well?
I am, yes. I play the clarinet in a local group called the Desert Winds. It's a contemporary music ensemble.
I love the clarinet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
In fact, I'd like to book a klezmer band right now.
Let's do it.
Get your Yiddish out.
I know. I'm verklempt and vermischt. That was the words I'm using all day today. I think it's the heat is really that's getting me going. Yeah, get the klezmer band. So where do the kids come from when they go from School Rock? They come all over the place?
They are coming from all over, and exactly what Sarah said, she's doing the community a service. She's helping students that love music to start to understand music and to start to, figure out what their next move very well might be. And then when a student is of a certain age, we start as young as 4, but, when they are like, I'm excited about the guitar, here comes School of Rock. Here we are. We're waiting to take them into our warm, welcoming embrace and help them to achieve their next goals.
Because you get them like once a week, right?
Yeah, once every 8 days. We're on a 6-day rotation, so once every 8 days for 50 minutes.
Now, we've all seen these Zoom composite kind of montage. In fact, I think we're going to show one in this program, but I don't know what we're going to show. But have you tried to do one? Because I know it's a little challenging to link it up using a Zoom song, I guess they would be called. Have you tried to do that?
No, it's not as easy as it looks. It's definitely, you have to have a lot on the tech side. The kids have to be prepared, and frankly, the kids don't really have the stuff to be successful with it. Even the staff wanted to do it, and it just wasn't really feasible, unfortunately.
Yeah. How about you?
We didn't do anything that looked especially like that, but we did give we had the opportunity to have our students live stream. So that was its own learning experience. They got to, during the pandemic, pretty much a year ago, it was June, and they were supposed to have their performance, and that could not happen. We had barely been able to get them safely back into the school, and we were able to do a live stream. So it was teaching them how that works, how, from a technical standpoint, but also, learning how to perform in front of a screen is very different than vibing with an energy of an audience in front of you. So, having them learn from that experience too, that sometimes performing looks like this too, but you still have to perform. You still have to be an entertainer.
Is there an age that kids have to be a minimum age of 5, 6? Or?
Our program starts at 4. 4 and 5 year olds. We have a preschool program, 6 and 7, and then at 8 is typically when a more traditional approach with a private lesson, a focused instrument, and then they're also getting the band aspect as well.
So I've been asking this. How would you address the parents? What would you say to parents to help their kids with both distance and blended learning?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing I find with parents, especially newer parents to the program, or if their child seems to plateau, or they're seeing some stagnancy, is check in with the kid and with the teacher, but don't assume that just because they're excited about music and their instrument that they're going to understand why they have to practice. That correlation is not there yet. That light bulb has not turned on for many younger musicians. So helping them to understand, hey, we have to figure out a practice schedule for you to help you achieve the goals that you are still excited about, like that, helping them to understand why that's still important and facilitate that at home is monumental.
And what's the website for
schoolofrock.com?
That's how easy is that, right? Are there scholarships available?
Not presently. We've been hit with COVID a little bit too, so trying to figure out some of that stuff.
Do you provide the instruments?
We don't. We provide the gear that they're practicing on when they're in their band rehearsals, but we really need students to have their own instruments so they can practice at home.
Now, a lot of entertainers have been involved with donating instruments. I know Carlos Santana and his wife Cindy Blackman Santana have donated instruments. Where is Gibbons School? I mean, do you have instruments available, or do the kids have to bring their own?
We do. It's a little bit untraditional, though, because it is elementary school. So it's kindergarten through 5th grade. So we play a lot of xylophones or little drums, egg shakers, things like that, little unpitched percussion instruments. So unfortunately, I don't have like a kit that I can give the kids, but I do have some before school groups where they come in and they can get extra time on the instruments. They can play in a group with me. The kids play recorders. The kids do have recorders at home. So that is nice.
That's kind of fun.
It's very fun.
Mother Mercury.
Mother Mercury.
Let's talk about your band just a little
bit.
Yes,
please. I am the singer of a local Vegas band, Mother Mercury. My bandmates are actually current and former School of Rock employees. That's one of our big things, is we like to have employees that are actual performers in the world, bringing their expertise into the school for the kids. And I just happen to vibe with 3 of my fellow teammates, and we have the We have a rock band.
Nothing beats live, huh?
Nothing beats live.
Teddy Tarnow from the School of Rock, Sarah Schrader from the Givens Elementary. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us on On Air Education, and a special thank you to my friend Bart Patterson, who just retired as president of Nevada State College, what I call the best kept secret here in Nevada. If you don't know about Nevada State College, do yourself a favor and check them out. I also want to thank our sponsors, Nevada State College as well, and Great American Pub, and also Clark County Education Association for all of their support. If you have questions, please visit our website, onaireducation.com, and feel comfortable in sending me an email at news1lasvegas@gmail.com. It's news1@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and as always, eat well and party hard, my friends.